In this tutorial, we're going to make a gnome. In the last video I did, you would have seen how to assemble the hat. So now we're going to take that hat we made and assemble the rest of the gnome. Here I'm just taking some hot glue and carefully adhering it to the back of the gnome beard and wrapping it around the gnome body, which is pellets inside of the sock. And I kind of elongated the body just a bit so that it sits up properly, but I would just err on the side of caution with the hot glue and make sure not to get it on any of the fur, because once you get it in there, it's real hard to get it out. And now we're going to take about a palm full of some stuffing and put it up inside the hat. You don't have to push it up too far, just enough to get that body in. And then where the back seam is of the hat and the back seam is of the beard, align those two and pull your hat right just on top of the beard, right on the gnome body. At this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the nose in place, which is right in the front, but we're not going to actually adhere it tight. We're just going to take the tiniest drop of glue, put it on the inside of the hat just to get the nose to stay where it's supposed to, so that we can then adhere the rest of the hat to the gnome body. So carefully, without getting any hot glue on the beard, I'm going to just do one side, adhere that nicely, and I softly touch. I don't push too hard because the glue will come out onto the beard. So softly touch one side and get it adhered, and then flip it, and then put some glue under the rim on the other side, and then I'll carefully just make sure that the glue is in place and it's dry before continuing on. But again, just being super careful with a soft touch, not to push too hard and the glue comes out onto the beard. It's really hard to get it off. And then flip your gnome around to the back and go ahead and glue the back rim onto the beard there. And now I'm just going to make sure all that stuffing is tight to the hat so that I can adhere my D-ring on there. And you want to make sure that your hat, from the nose to the top of the hat, is about 2 inches. That's how big the gnome should be. So make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want any play in there. You want your gnome to be a solid, tight unit. Put your drop of glue and the hat is all set. And then we're going to just close up the end piece of the hat there. So just throw a little bit of glue in there, and since this is very visible, make sure that it's a nice clean line when you're gluing your hat. Then we're going to put the logo button on, so just clip the end to make it nice and clean, and put a little dab of glue on the back of the logo button, and then put that right on the end of the hat. And the logo button signifies the Gulfport gnome, but it also kind of makes a clean ending to the hat instead of a rough edge. And now we're going to flip our gnome upside down and get that wood bottom on there. So just push those pellets up in there tight, put some hot glue around the rim of that beard, and make sure you get all the hair out of the way. We don't want glue on that hair. And then adhere that wood bottom nice and tight up inside, and that way he can sit properly. And then once that's done, the final step would be to get that, we're going to flip him over and get that nose put on there nice and solid so the nose doesn't fall off. Just be super careful not to get any glue on the beard hair. So once that nose is on there solid, your gnome is all set.